Hey, Radians here. When we make complex interactive UIs like sliders, editors, or even color pickers, we often need to track mouse or touch movement in a press state. Let me share an easy-to-use abstract component designed precisely for this purpose. You can find both the demo and the source code in the description. The component receives two properties. Render, a function that consumer components should use to render the content. It receives an object with props and position properties. The props field contains ref and mouse and touch start handlers. It should be passed to the container element. The position is a point with x and y coordinates in the range from 0 to 1. It represents the relative position of the cursor inside the container. In all my practical cases, I needed to know the relative position, so I decided to use it as a default. The second property of the PressTracker component is onChange, a function that will be called when the position changes. It receives an object with the same position argument. Note that when the press origin is outside the container, the position will be null. The PressTracker component stores the container element in the use state and utilizes the useBoundingBox hook to obtain its position and size. To initialize the tracking process, the consumer component should render the PressTracker component and pass the necessary props to the container element. We set the position on either mouse down or touch start events. So when the user have interacted with the container, we start tracking the cursor position with the useEvent hook from the React use library. It listens for mouse up and touch end events to stop tracking, as well as on mouse move and touch move events to update the cursor position. The handle move function converts absolute coordinates from touch and mouse events while ensuring that the coordinates remain within the range of 0 to 1 even when the cursor is outside the container. To become an effective programmer, check out my productivity app at increaser.org.